We can make moves if you just trust and talk about it if you feeling it. Plus, she from the hood and she rolling the clutch. She do it good, ain't no way I could rush her. Talk about it.
Talk about it with Gatica. Look who I got. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the one and only, the beautiful Laura, Big L. What else are we calling you? La Mamacita.
You're giving me so much right now. Thank you.
She's so beautiful. I'm so happy you're here.
I'm so happy I'm here.
BX is in the building.
Damn.
All right? Okay. I'm just so happy she came by. We have a lot to discuss. Yeah. Laura's in the building. It was her birthday earlier this week. Cheers. I normally don't drink on the podcast, but because, you know, she's a bad influence, this one. She's a bad influence, but we're going to have some fun today.
All day. Aquarius vibes.
Hey, I'll let the Aquarius have their moment, even though we're getting ready, the Pisces, to
love the
to take over. You know what I'm saying? But we'll give you your your acclimates.
Thank you.
But what's up, girl? You got, you know what I'm saying? I know you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
She also, if you've been living under a rock, she also has a podcast called The Laura Khan's Experience.
Thank you, I do. On YouTube, you can catch me there.
Yes, where, you know, I had to make sure I came right today because she always got all these celebrities on her show and stuff. So when I get reposted on her gram, so, you know what I'm saying, everybody's gonna see me. She be with the elites only, you heard?
Oh, word? Is that true?
I think so.
Oh, yeah? Who's elite that you think I had?
I don't know. I feel like you're always interviewing, and I see it's like with people that aren't just, I don't know, or you're playing it off very well because it looks really good, everything that you're doing.
Thank you, I appreciate that. It's interesting because I do hear this feedback and I sit there and I'm scratching my head and I'm like, really? I'm like, wow. I'm like, this looks good to other people, but to me, I'm like, you know, always, how is it going to be better? What can I do different? Because that's me.
I'm the same exact way, so I totally get it. I don't think it's bad because it makes you challenge yourself, and I think, you know, when you're under pressure and when it's not comfortable, that's when things happen. That's when things like it bursts. So anybody who's comfortable doing something, like, you need to be uncomfortable with what you're doing in order to be good at it. I think that's just my
so
personal.
uncomfortable right now.
Are you? Oh no! Take another shot.
Oh, we got nothing else.
Don't be uncomfortable.
No.
Okay, you mean just like in general? Okay.
In general, like I've been so uncomfortable in this space, and it scares the shit out of me. Like I'm frightened.
What is it? Because like you're in the public eye, or like what about it is scary to you?
So being that this journey is taking me into the music industry, and when I started this, that wasn't my intention. My intention with my podcast was to connect with people who I was looking up to during quarantine to find out how they're managing life. So during quarantine, I would have my schedule. At 3:00, it was Pretty Lou, Monkey Wrench.
Okay.
Loved that.
Yeah.
Then at 7:00, there's another DJ who I'm a hairdresser, by the way.
Okay.
So I used to do his hair, and he would go on live at 7:00. So I was all set up. So I started speaking to them, and then people just started hitting me up and were like, yo, I'd like to sit with you, da-da-da. And again, it wasn't about connecting with the music industry, but creatives, because I'm a creative, and just trying to figure it out. Like, pick your brain. What are you thinking about? Like, how are you moving through this new world? How are you doing it? Because I'm struggling. And yeah.
I think people probably just identified with you and like you're giving them the raw, you're giving them that like vulnerable and showing them just being real. And a lot of people, as much as we think like the fake, you know, perception, like the girls and all that stuff, as much as people do look at that, I think people actually respect what you do more, and it's about the longevity, and you, like, it's not just, oh, I did this really cool thing this one time, and I got a couple followers, and then it's like those followers are gonna fall off. Like the followers that you're getting are gonna actually really, you know, be there for you and talk about things with you. Talking about your followers, there's something we have to talk about.
Oh no, please do.
So one of your followers, okay, because I don't remember one of the times you posted me or something. I'm not gonna say her name, but she is a wild cookie. This one, okay?
She came at you?
She didn't come at me. No beef.
Okay.
No beef shit. No,
Okay.
no beef. But she would like send me these pictures.
Yeah.
Of her
and a guy.
Yes. And I'm like, yo, what did Law get me involved? Law, I got a dilemma. I got to tell Law about my dilemma, and I wanted to wait until our show. So,
oh my God.
Like,
I blocked her.
Okay, I was going to say, is that your friend?
No.
Okay.
She found me through my dilemmas.
Okay.
And she is married. She's, from what I understand, she's of Indian descent.
Yeah.
Lives in Canada with her husband, and they're in this whole cook-holding life. Do you know what that is?
Is that like multiple partners, or?
Yes. So the husband allows the wife to live in this world.
Yeah. That's cool. Whatever. Like, I respect, to each his own.
Yeah.
But like, you should be able to pick up on hints. You know what I mean? Like if somebody isn't reciprocating that energy back to you,
Agreed.
It's like, yo, give me my space.
Agreed.
But it's gotten really aggressive lately.
So she's been sending you provocative
Well,
pictures?
she sent me a lot of stuff. I like left her on scene. I unfollowed her because at first I followed her back. I'm very like, oh, that's my friend's friend. Let me follow her.
Yeah,
Let me follow her. You know. But then once I see what she was about, I was like, oh nah, let me unfollow her. But now she like hops on my lives and she'll be like, who's that black guy?
Yes.
I want to have sex with him.
Yes.
Get him to have sex with me. And I'm like, yo, I got my programmer looking at this like, yo, Gatica, what's going on with me? I'm like, I don't know. You know these weirdos out here. But yeah, I just thought we should talk about that. That was a fun fact.
Yeah, so I actually had to block her because she was sending me explicit videos of her interacting with different partners. She got pregnant by one of these partners, and I judge whatever floats your fucking boat.
Yeah.
Rock on, superstar.
Yeah.
I'm about that. However, do not flood my DM with this shit, because please don't do that.
Yeah, like
the end.
I feel like there has to be like a class on etiquette with DMs, and like I get it. You know, like you said, we're in the public eye. Like that's the scary thing about this whole podcasting camera thing, because it's like you're on camera, you're telling people, hey, watch me. Right. So now when people are tuning in, they're like, yo, you're mad cool. Let me tell you. Let me do it. And it's like, oh, like there has to be like an etiquette about. You know, what you're doing and who you're talking to.
Exactly. So it is a double-edged sword, because we want our followers to feel this type of way about us, but when they do, it's like, we're like this. I don't like
there's space that needs to be had still. So those are fun facts. Followers, you know, you can slide in the DMs. Just
no dick pics.
No dick pics. Absolutely no dick pics.
Please. This is such a problem that I have.
And I don't feel like your content is dick pic like provoking.
Well, the powers that be watch what I post, and when I post something that's a little provocative, I get all the fucking text messages. If you want people to respect you, you can't post like that, and da-da-da. And I'm like, I appreciate that, but I feel like, for me, always struggling with body image, if I look cute, my ass hanging out, I'm like, oh, I gotta fucking post that. And then everybody's like, oh, you just want attention. Wait, let me ask you this. I'm gonna just...
Yeah.
So, you coming into this new world, DJing and stuff like that, have you gotten backlash for it? Like people saying, you're looking for attention. Who do you think you are? Just all crazy things.
So when it first all happened, they definitely were like, you're doing way too much. And then that's like another thing that I think it's really funny, because, you know, at first I would be so like, oh, I can't release that. Oh, it's not perfect in this,
Yes.
whether it's a mix or whether it's a video,
Right.
thing. But then I really just learned, regardless of what you do, people are gonna talk shit. And then when you're putting yourself out there, they feel like they can, it's like, oh, let me give you feedback. Like the other day, I had to tell this kid off. I mean, I was having like a day where I was like stuck in traffic, so I kind of just let him have it too. But like he really went in. I had posted a mix, because I like to do mixes every now and then to fuel that DJ energy, whatever. So I did a mix. I don't proclaim that I'm the best DJ in the world, right? But as a DJ, you have to always learn. You have to always push yourself. Keep going at it. Like anything, you got to do it every day to get good at it, right? I put up a mix. I throw it on SoundCloud, I put it up. I go to my DM. This kid gives me like a paragraph of feedback on my mix. So my first question to him was, now, if he was a well-known DJ, if he was a respected DJ, if he was even a DJ who was getting booked on a regular basis, I would sit there and I would take the feedback, because I believe in order to succeed, you have to take feedback.
Agreed.
You have to be, like I said, uncomfortable.
Right.
But this dude hasn't gotten booked as a DJ like almost ever. He hasn't even made a mix ever. So before I even started going off, I told him, I was like, yo bro, let me stop you right there. When's the last time you made an hour mix? Oh, I haven't made one since 2017. Oh, okay, let me know when you make a mix, then I'm gonna have this conversation with you. And then I had to just block.
Yeah, I get it. So recently, I have a friend, probably for most of my life, and I posted the interview that I did with Sean Khan. He interviewed me, and I posted the little clip he did, Law's Dilemma. So my friend got in my DM, verbally assaulted me, because I know we have to be careful with our words. Verbally assaulted me, and then blocked me.
When you say verbally assaulted, what did he say?
He just went in, you're a phony, you're this, you're that, and I was like, wait, what? Like, this was my guy, like, my guy. And I was like,
what were you talking about?
So Sean Khan was like, Law, I got a dilemma. You're even more beautiful in person than you are, da-da-da. And I laughed, and I was like, okay. So my friend just didn't like that. He does not like what I'm doing.
Sounds like he has a crush on you.
Irregardless, if I'm not, you don't pay my bills, I don't ask you for anything, I'm not even asking you to support what I fucking do. And this is how you come at me, and I have to tell you, that hurt my heart. And even, this is a question that I also wanted to ask you, are you single?
I am single.
Okay, so gentlemen that come into your life, how do you handle this with them?
Handle what?
Being a DJ, being around more males than females, and just having to socialize.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really ever since me breaking up with my child's father, like I've kind of put my career first, and whoever is like riding with me and who supports me, like I will genuinely be like, thank you for supporting me.
Yeah.
But I don't see that dating really right now is kind of an option, because what I've bumped into is just groupies.
Yeah.
Like the same way dudes have groupies is the same way we have groupies.
No doubt.
And like a dude could be trying to talk to me or whatever, but I'm like, obviously dudes just want to smash, but then like with me it's a little different, because they're like, oh, maybe you can get my music somewhere or something stupid like that. And like, I'm good, bro. If I'm not in the studio doing a podcast, if I'm not making a mix, I'm with my kids. And if I'm not with my kids, I'm trying to make money. Like, there's no really time for that weird dating stuff. So unfortunately, dating hasn't really, been on the spectrum lately, but I would hope that, if I have a guy, they would be understanding of what I do and know that, like, I'm not here to be meeting guys and getting, dick. Like, I'm here to make this as a business, and I want to be taken seriously.
Right. So that's what I've been encountering. It's like people think that I used my platform, and I'm like, no. That's why I took a partner in to deal with booking, because I need to weed out who's serious about sitting with me and who's not. I'm not, this isn't for meeting people.
Yeah.
And I just actually put it up in my profile, business inquiries only.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to deal with that.
Talking about your platform, I love your slogan.
Which
I got a dilemma. I got a dilemma.
Law's
So
dilemma.
for anybody who doesn't know you, for all of my followers tuning in, you got to tap in with Law because, like, how would you describe what I got a dilemma is?
It's relationship dilemmas, relationship issues. During quarantine, I was in a relationship, which I feel very blessed that I had because it definitely saved me mentally from what was going on. Mm-hmm. So I had that escape, but at the same time, the person that I was with, there were certain things that I felt were sus. I'm not gonna accuse because I can't do that. But I would sit and I would think and I would be like, I don't know, I found gum in the bed.
And that's not my gum.
And that's not my gum. And my guy was like, that's my gum. I fell asleep chewing it. And I was like, And my mind is running like, I don't know, she was trying to give you head, spit the gum out. I don't know. I definitely have a big imagination, but.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I gotta talk to the people. I gotta know, like, am I crazy? That's where Law's Dilemma was born.
And so now you basically bring awareness to different situations that happen, and then you raise it to the public. Like,
I bring it to the public, to the people, so I can hear, am I crazy or not?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
well, there you
do
go.
you have a dilemma?
Luckily, I don't have any dilemmas right now.
Beautiful.
I don't have any dilemmas right now. My dilemma is, where's the next check? That's my dilemma.
Agreed. I'm with you, sis. I feel the same way. I feel that I want to use my platform to bring positivity into social media. I feel that as a female, it could be one of two ways. You're either going to shake your ass, you're going to be an Instagram model, or you're going to, I don't know what else everybody else is doing, but I did modeling, and I didn't feel that's what I wanted to use my social media for. So I came up with the podcast, and I feel if I can speak to somebody and they have something they want to share, something that you went through, that you're like, this is what helped me, and that can be out there into the universe, I did my job. I can walk away and say I did a good job.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? That's what I'm talking
It's
about.
a labor of love.
Yes.
It really is. I feel that. I feel so heartbroken over this young woman that took her life. And the thing about depression and suicide, it truly is when they say you will never recognize the signs. And I'm going to be really vulnerable right now in saying this. In going through what I'm going through, suicide has definitely crossed my mind. And I have spoken to doctors. I've done everything that I need to do to get myself out of it, but I could have done it and nobody would have never known that this was on my mind. So for this young female, I feel my heart goes out to her family and her friends. And she was really struggling to get to that point. So again, using my platform, if I can speak to people and somebody's watching and is going to say, damn, she did it, she pulled herself out of it, I can fucking do it. There's hope for me. And that's what I want. I want people to know there is hope.
Thank you for being so honest about your own
Yeah,
experiences. I know
you.
that takes a lot to come on camera and say something like that. So I definitely commend you for doing that.
Yeah.
And I think that people, like I said before, people identify with the real and they respect it. So
Yeah.
it might not be like exactly where you think you want it to be right in this moment, but that's good because you're losing friends. And honestly, that to me shows that it's working because you're outgrowing the old you. And you know what I'm saying? So
Uncomfortable, discomfort. That's exactly what I feel like I'm going through right now. I didn't anticipate going into the music world, but it kind of makes sense. And when I speak to my guests, it's not about the music, it's about them as a person and picking their brain. How did you grow up? What did you view as far as a relationship? How were your parents? You know, what were your core values and all these things? And I think that in the music industry, everybody talks about their music and they're promoting, and that's great. But again, it's how are you dealing? You know, where do you draw your inspiration from to do this? You know,
Have you had any interviews go left? Like we talked about the good experiences. You know, we got to talk about all of it.
Right.
Have you had any like bad experiences?
So far, fortunately, I have not. And it's interesting you say that because I'm selective with who I choose to speak with because I'm not a clout chaser.
Right.
Like, this isn't about getting the names. And I try to have a conversation prior to the interview because I feel we need to build a rapport.
Yeah.
You need to sit down like we are.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I got a vibe with you. I
Yeah.
can talk to you. I can tell you all my deepest, darkest secrets,
Yeah.
and I'm good. So I feel that I always try to build that. And I check out the profile and things like that. And as I said, I have a partner that weeds all that out for me. But if I don't feel the vibe, I'm not doing it. Like I said, I'm not doing this for where it's going to put me. I genuinely want to put positivity out. So if I don't feel it, we ain't doing it.
86. You heard? 86.
However, I did speak with Cuban Link.
I saw that.
So
You guys had a little cute energy too.
I love Cuban Link. I know he's not very. He has his little reputation. However, when I had the opportunity to speak with him, I didn't know who he was. I knew Fat Joe, Big Pun, I knew that. I never knew that backstory.
Okay.
So the gentleman that filmed for me was like, Law, you don't know Cuban Link? And he started flooding my my DM with all of the interviews and all the backstory.
Yeah.
No lie, I got scared. I was like, somebody gonna come and take me out? Like, what are we doing? And then I was like, I don't fucking care. I know he has a negative vibe out there, but you know what? He's a human, not perfect. None of us are perfect. And I spoke to him prior and said, I don't want to know that story. I want to know about you. And he had such great stories about coming to America from Cuba, his mom, how they would get dressed and go to Pizza Hut, because Pizza Hut was like...
It was lit back in the days.
So you have to go to the Laura Khan's Experience on YouTube and check that interview out, because...
Run it up.
Good stuff. So that, I was fearful. I was a little afraid. And then I had been out and divulged to somebody that I spoke to him, who's part of Fat Joe's camp, and the guy actually threatened my life. Low key, like he was like, and I was like, ooh, this is like 100 years ago. You still got that hostility? But anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the annoying thing about all of this.
Right.
It's like...
So, yeah. But that was the only negative thing that I've run into so far.
All right, well, she's still out here doing it. Follow her on the gram. Follow her podcast. Shout out your handles.
Official Cons on IG and the Laura Khan's Experience on YouTube.
And that's it. We're going to be here again. Are you going to come back?
I would love to.
She's going to start, coming by more often. We could talk about it, or we could, do dilemmas, whatever it is. We're here for it. Shout outs to Studio Square Recordings.
Studio Square.
Always here with the great vibes.
Absolutely.
And is there anything that your followers didn't know about you today that you will tell them so that they know after watching my show?
I don't know. Is there anything you want to know? I feel like I'm an open book. I feel like I divulge everything on my social media.
Let me think. I always like to just ask people that because then it's like they get thinking, like, what is it that my followers don't know that, like, you want them to know? How about that? A fun fact about Laura.
Fun fact. I don't know. I don't have any. I don't know. Can't think.
Do you know how to swim?
I do. I'm a good swimmer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this summer we're gonna be lit.
We can. Where do you want to go? You want to go on vacation with me?
Listen, I am trying to be on tour, okay?
I'll be with you.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I'll do dilemmas wherever you want to go.
Let's do it.
I'll get my camera and my mic and I'll be like, I got the dilemmas going. I actually feel like, so I'm currently, if you're not single and you're not in a relationship, what are you?
In a situationship.
I'm in a situationship,
Okay.
and I kind of feel like if I was ever in a serious relationship, it would fuck up my dilemmas.
You would be like, bitch, why you putting our stuff out there?
Well, I've had that, but I'm like, if I get into a serious relationship, like my life would be boring. Like I would have nothing to talk about, right? So I need
That's
to
not
be
true. Because there's a lot of personalities who are in serious relationships. Like, I would consider you like a personality, you know, like
Yeah.
a host.
Yeah.
And you see like these radio people, you know,
That's
they're in
serious.
relationships.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sure.
boring.
Yeah.
It is like it's a little bit. It's like, okay, my husband didn't wash the dishes again today. Really? No, I want to be like, my guy asked me for a fucking threesome. What do I do? Because that's a dilemma.
I mean, that's good content, but I would want to punch the dude in the face. And that's why I don't... See, I'm in between. I'm in between because don't you ever disrespect me.
Is that disrespectful?
I come from I don't know if I just come from a different place, right? Both of my parents are still together.
Love it.
You know,
Yeah.
I just, like, for me personally, my personal opinion, I'm not into that stuff because I feel like if you could fuck another woman in front of me, you don't love me.
This is what I'm exactly saying, but it seems to be that people think that this is normal and acceptable. And I'm like, no, maybe if we were together 5 to 6 years and it was getting a little complacent, you want to spice it up, okay. But now when we're just like under a year and you're like, okay, let's do a threesome. No, buy me a fucking Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? It's like, guy, come on. No. So I just feel like the dating world today, it's reckless.
It's definitely reckless.
It's reckless.
I mean, it's probably been reckless. I mean, 70s and 80s was pretty fucking reckless.
No doubt.
But, like, I don't know. I'm crazy. Like, what's mine is mine. Like, and what you're not gonna do.
Territorial.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's when I know I like somebody. Because if I'm fucking getting crazy about you, then that means I like you. If I'm like, yeah, whatever, go, I really don't care what you're doing, like, I'm not worried about you.
Agreed. That's exactly me. Like, I'm nuts. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And then I'm like, if that's the life you want to live, because I also feel like I'm not going to get into a relationship and try and change you. If you're a cheater and that's what you love to do, God bless.
Yeah.
But you got to leave me big.
Just take me out to dinner. But that's
Bing
it.
bong.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Where's Nems?
I got to meet him.
Word?
Yeah, he's cool. Very
No.
humble.
He's on my list because his story, like I need him. I
Yeah.
need to talk to him.
Yeah.
He's a story.
Yeah.
You know, he's like street guy.
Yeah, finding out, I think I heard one of his interviews that he found out, like, he was still taking the trash out and then he heard a song on the radio. Like, because he was sanitation.
I love that.
So, and I love how he's always advocates for, like, yo, I've watched his stories before, and he was like, anybody who's, you know, being a creative or whatever, like, keep pushing what you're doing.
Yes.
And don't do no sucker shit. He's like, I did this, no sucker shit. I didn't have to do nothing that didn't feel right. And even though it took me this long, like, it could happen in one day. So just keep doing
going.
what you're doing, and, like, it'll happen if you keep doing it. So
interesting.
no sucker shit. We ain't doing no sucker shit around here.
Not here.
All we doing is talking about it and figuring out dilemmas.
We're gonna do dilemmas.
That's it. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
and
having
we're
me.
here every week, Saturday, 8 p.m., latinomix.com. You already know.
We out.
We out.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
We can make moves if you just trust and talk about it if you feeling it. Plus, she from the hood and she rolling the clutch. She do it good, ain't no way I could rush her. Talk about it.